Yeah. You know the vibes, man. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, it's GOAT Talk. Got Philly Mike in the building. We apologize for missing y'all last week. I don't know what happened. Mike was running around, running the city. I was running the city. It just didn't link up the way it was supposed to link up for us, man.
Yeah. Kids, wives, saving the city. I mean, we got a lot of stuff to
Right.
do.
A lot of stuff to do, man. A lot of stuff. You got a lot to unpack this episode. You know what I'm saying? We all know, the inevitable is about to happen on Sunday at 4 o'clock. That we're going to be in Vegas. We're going to be taking on, the Vegas Raiders. I still got to get used to saying that. You know what I'm saying? That's going to happen. But how prepared are we going to be, man? But before we get into it, I want to play this clip right here, and I want to get Mike's thoughts on this clip, and I want to get everybody else's thoughts in the chat on this clip real quick. Let's see what we got real quick. Let's see what we got.
What's going on with the 76ers, Ben Simmons, stuff like that? All that is because of a lack of accountability, a lack of owning up to mistakes, and a lack of correcting things. If all that got corrected, if you're fixing free throws, if you're getting better as a player, none of this is happening. So everybody can bitch and complain about, how tough this city is to play in. Just play better, man. The city will love you.
Okay, look, we all heard what Kelsey say. As you can see, Mike agrees with what he's saying. But listen, though, wholeheartedly. But listen, though, I agree with what he's saying as well. But I just don't want to hear it from nobody that's on the team that's 2-4. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I don't want to hear it from nobody on the team that's 2-4. I get what he's saying, but I didn't have a problem when Joel Embiid was critical of Ben Simmons. Hey, I ain't got nothing to do with the dude. I ain't got a problem. That's his teammate calling his teammate out. But I have yet to hear Kelsey call out Nick Sirianni for the lack of the game plan. I've yet to hear Kelsey call out Jalen Hurts for his gameplay. I've yet to hear Kelsey call out anybody else, and I would just like to see him take that approach and be that fiery with his own guys, because he's sitting at 2-4 with no home wins and a botch snap that caused the safety the other week. You know what I mean? I think he need to tighten up too before he telling people they need to work on their game. What's your take on that one?
I'll give you that. Definitely, there needs to be some accountability in the Eagles locker room. My thing is, he's just talking about the main subject is the complaining about Philly fans. Look, we're going to boo you if you deserve boos. As we boo Nick Sirianni, the offense got boos already to start this season off. Boos are deserving. And he knows that Ben Simmons is one of them guys who are talking about, man, the city don't love nobody, this, that, and the third. The city treats the proper people right. That's why we call him Embiid's king around here. You know what I mean? Zach Ertz was king around here. Jason Kelce, Lane Johnson. I think it's more of the accountability of you being a team player. And so, although Jalen Hurts needs to take accountability, Jason Kelce's going to stick up for him because he's trying. Nick Sirianni, oh boy, I haven't seen much good, but at least look to them. He's putting in the work. It's just not translating. So I think we need accountability on executing and game plan. Ben Simmons needs accountability in his heart. Because I don't want to mess with us going up here, because that might be the new excuse. I don't know how real it is about the mental side of things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think he definitely need to get some heart. You know what I'm saying? All the guys you named, Zach Ertz, Kelsey, Deshaun Jackson, even Vic, and he only played here briefly. Those guys will forever be regarded. Nick Foles, yeah, exactly. Shady, those guys will forever be revered as Philadelphia Eagles, legends. No matter what nobody else thinks about them, because the way that they fought for the city. Now, if Ben Simmons don't want to fight like them dudes, then you can't be considered the star around here. So I agree with that 100%, man. I agree with that 100%, man. Listen, man, we gotta go into Vegas, man. We got to go into Vegas, Mike. What needs to happen, in your opinion, besides, the accountability that needs to be taken? Because it's a lot of accountability that needs to be taken. And I'm not hearing a lot of it. I just keep hearing we need to do X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. Of course, the quarterback takes accountability every week. But besides accountability and all of the talking on the field, what's the number one priority that needs to happen for the Philadelphia Eagles to come out here with a win?
Look, we say this every week, but each week is different when it comes to the criticalization of this saying, and it's run the ball. The Oakland Raiders ranked 25th against the run, 25th against the pass. They ranked 10th. And although Teddy Bridgewater tore him up a little bit, he had 300 yards in the air. He only had about 6 yards per average, so he threw a lot. And the limited amount of rushes that Denver took, they ran for almost 5 yards per carry. You got to, I repeat, got to get the ground game going. Sanders, Gainwell, if you don't like Sanders tappy dancing, we'll use Gainwell a little bit more. You still got to give the ball to one of our most explosive playmakers in the offseason. Before we saw Devontae was really Devontae, Quez was Quez. You know, Miles Sanders was the go-to guy, the guy that our home run hitter, and we have yet to use him, and that's a failure right there. The ground game must be utilized, and I think with Sirianni taking an extra day and, coming out and hitting on it more than ever, I still wouldn't bet my bottom dollar. I'm a gambler, and I wouldn't take no over on no runs. But if it's not now, it's never going to happen, and I just can't explain how. This is the game that it has to come out, and it really could get us in the right direction, because although we look like this season's bad, a win in Oakland, a win in Las Vegas really changed the complexion of the season. And we don't win in Las Vegas, that's when we need Jason Kelsey to come out and now say something about the Eagle players.
No, yeah, yeah, I agree, man. I agree. You speak about those guys being, bad at defending the run, man. I've been hearing a lot of news, and I've been seeing a lot of this about the Philadelphia Eagles lately, man. That I think we're the fifth best pass defense in the NFL, and that speaks volumes a little bit, in my opinion, to something positive that Jonathan Gannon brought to the table, man. We no longer that team that's getting beat deep, and when I, you know, what I'm saying, when I think about the Las Vegas Raiders. I think about them at their peak when they're getting Ruggs involved in the deep game. I think we take that away and we make them slow down a little bit. And I just see this game going in our favor in many, many directions on the defensive side of the ball. But I've never been a part of a Philadelphia Eagles. I've never been on earth where the Philadelphia Eagles look this questionable on offense. It's very, very questionable because you're not running the ball. You're taking away a whole dimension. I just don't know what you're going to get on the offensive side of the ball. And honestly, man, going into every week feeling like you just don't know if they're going to run the ball. Running the ball is mandatory. This is football. You know what I mean? And just feeling like you don't know if that's going to happen. Like, are we even watching football at this point? Like, are we in some fucking parallel universe? Like, who don't run the ball? Dude need to tighten up. If he come out there with the same game plan, we might get dog walked again, man. We might get
Yeah.
dog walked again.
That could happen. I just had Derek Gunn on the channel, and I asked him the serious question. What do you fear most about the Oakland Raiders? Do you feel our defense trying to slow down Derek Carr and the passing game, or our offense formulating a game plan to beat Oakland's defense? And he straight said, look, he does not know what Nick Sirianni's going to do. There's no rhyme or rhythm to what he's been doing this season. He did speak on the inconsistencies of Jalen Hurts, but even with that being there, it's been more of the game plan and just strategizing, not putting Jalen, who needs to be put in some favorable matchups that will escalate him throughout the game. Start quick, finish harder. You know what I mean? But not just Jalen. We haven't utilized multiple people, multiple scenarios. And when you got a guy like Derek Gunn who's been just around all Eagles, everything, and he's just like, he can't pinpoint what's going to even be the game plan against Oakland. We know what it should be. He's like us, run the ball.
Mhm.
and it's cool now that he don't actually report for NBC Philadelphia. He could be more blunt about his takes. You know what I mean? He's not getting he's not on a payroll. And that's just what we need to do. The game plan has been questionable. Even in our wins, I celebrated him, but I said, I don't know what Nick Sirianni's where he's going with things yet.
I did not feel good after the Panthers win. I didn't feel good after the Panthers win because I feel like we won the Panthers game for two reasons. For the defense, handling business, and for Jalen Hurts using, what I think his low level. Because people, like, if I say anything good about Jalen Hurts,
Playmaker.
I don't even want to say he could do it. I don't want to say it. If I say anything good about Jalen Hurts, Mike, it's like World War III starts. But that's his strongest attribute. He's a playmaker.
Mm-hmm.
However it got to happen. Either he's going to run forward, slide forward, moonwalk forward. He's going to get the chains moving 90% of the time. and he let that be known in Carolina. The game was basically over in a lot of people's eyes, but I wasn't excited after the win, man. I wasn't excited after the win. I just didn't know what was going to happen. And then you come out there against Tampa Bay and your defense plays well enough. And I think this defense is really, really underrated. This defense plays well enough to beat Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? And you just don't even put up a fight on the offensive side of the ball. Like like Nick Sirianni, man, we could go on and on about Nick Sirianni all night and the lack of running the ball. But I just think some of the play designs and the passing game are even trash. I've seen plays called this season by Nick Sirianni where, you know what I'm saying, it's one route. It's literally one route. And once the defense takes away that one, the play is literally it's like a slant for one guy. I watched it like 3 times to make sure I wasn't bugging. Everybody else was just standing around, didn't even run a route. I'm
That's the
like, what is?
RPO. That's the
Yeah.
RPO. Yeah.
I'm like, what is this, bro? How is this happening? You know what I'm saying? But yet and still, I think we could beat these dudes, man. I think we could beat these dudes. I don't know why I feel that way, but I think we could win.
Yeah. Look, the Eagles got to be playing a really, really good team for me to always think we're out, because deep down inside we do got talent. Now, do the talent makes mistakes? Are they young? Do they got a lot of growing pains to get through? Yes. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing holding us back is what our head coach is going to do, game in and game out, and that is what's scary. However, there got to be a time where things just either click for a young head coach, or he's just tired of the same thing. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
look, Howie Roseman is a guy we all can say is in our doghouse for most of the time, but he only can do so much bad before he has to do something good. And then once Howie does do the good, we try to build off that, and he does for a little bit build off that. Maybe Nick Sirianni gets one thing, he makes his move. It's like a shooter who's struggling, sees the ball go in the hoop, and he's like, oh, wow, I got this. It might need that one game where Nick Sirianni flips it over. I'm not saying he's out here to, he got the conspiracy theories and all that stuff, the Howie Roseman and Jeff Lurie behind stuff. If we're getting into that, we might as well not even watch the football then, because then it is what it is.
Exactly.
So we got to only think about this on the X and O purposes. And the Raiders are susceptible. They are 4-2. They had some good wins, but coming off a big win against a division rival after their coach done just blew up his whole stuff, I think they're susceptible to a loss.
No, yeah, I think we definitely could catch them slipping. Like, what I mean, they 4-2, so we gotta respect them as their record dictates. But at the same time, this is a trap game for them. I think we're good enough to be a trap game for everybody for the rest of the way. It doesn't matter who you are. If people think we're the favorite, if people think the other team is the favorite, we're good enough to catch anybody slipping. But how do you consistently catch people slipping, which is also known as winning? When you catch people slipping every week, how do you build a string of catching people slipping? I mean, for God's sakes, we don't even have a home win. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
yet.
We don't even have a home win, man. Let me run something by you though, real quick, man. I put up another post on Twitter this week. It got a lot of attention. You know what I'm saying? I put up Jalen Hurts' I don't know. You probably saw it. I put up Jalen Hurts' first 10 starts, his stats for that. Josh Allen's first 10 starts, the stat for that, and Lamar Jackson's first 10 starts, the stats for that. Now, complete people always are going to just take anything wrong when they feel like you're praising Jalen Hurts for some reason. Now, the point of the tweet was simply to show that this is where these guys were at the same points in their career. These guys had to be molded to get to where they are now, in terms of Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, who probably are 2 top 5 quarterbacks in the league right now. And the tweet was basically aiming towards mold Jalen Hurts and really see what you got. Now I say that to say this: do you think 10 games is enough to say you done with Jalen Hurts or not?
No, not at all. Coming off this last game being what I believe is his worst games, I see, he needs to step up, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
However, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson both had significant hurdles they had to get through too. This is where will be the different thing. And I'm not just saying this as first round picks should be treated differently, but an organization is going to look at that. And I'm not even just going first round picks. I'm going to go hand pick guy. It's unfortunate with how the way Nick Sirianni is looking so far that he might not be on the hot seat, because this is just a transition year regardless. Like, they're not going to count this no matter what. I think that the organization got to look at this. No doubt about it.
I agree.
However, Lamar was selected by uh what's his name? John Harbaugh, right?
Hmm.
Who's that guy for the Ravens? It was his decision. So they invested a first round pick, the pick that we traded them, and they went out and got Lamar Jackson. And because because Harbaugh got weight there, winning the Super Bowl, it's like, all right, now we put in your trust. They're going to go the extra length because it took Lamar years to be where he's at this year, which he's balling at a high level.
Hmm.
He's always been a playmaker. He's always been a baller because of the legs, but nobody was afraid of the arm. And now teams are selling out to stop the run, and he's having back-to-back 300-yard games. He's showing I can do it. It took a little longer. A
Yeah.
guy who was supposed to be a wide receiver, scouts told him, bro, you have better success if you turn into a wide receiver. You said, nah, bro, I'm a quarterback. On Josh Allen, same thing. Sean McDermott, the ex-Eagles defensive coordinator, he got the job. He got the hand select this quarterback. He took Josh Allen, and it was like, all right, you're going to live or die by this. And although he had a really rocky rookie season, they kept saying he got a big arm and we can teach him things. And so I think being hand selected by the coach who got the keys, because the coach normally has the keys before anybody on the team who's just coming in, it's real rough. I say that to say this. Jalen Hurts, although he was great in college, he could rely on his legs more. He played in a conference where the defense wasn't as tough, and he had a different breed at receiver in CeeDee Lamb, who, although Devontae's great, he gets open with his route running. CeeDee Lamb gets open, just give me that. I'm a monster. You know what I mean? I'm going to go up and get it. Physical. So Jalen Hurts does rely on his first read before he runs because he could get away with it in college. So you're probably thinking, people who hate Jalen, well, Mike, this is what we're saying. This is why he can't be NFL quarterback. Well, this is why I want to see if he can progress, because
Hmm.
he got away with that in college and didn't have to. He's coming in here with only 10 starts behind him, and he, although he's a playmaker, has to learn my legs are not as special as it was in college with the NFL speed. And the defenses are far more versatile, and I don't got that guy who can just beat Pac-12 or whatever conference there was things. So he's learning the brains of the NFL, reading defenses, learning when to stay in the pocket, and this all got brought up today. Sirianni took a little shot about him leaving the pocket, and he took a little shot at himself saying, I got to stay in and make that throw. Y'all
Hmm.
don't see what I see, though. So I think Jalen knows what he needs to do, and that's why I am 100% giving him every single game of the season, sink or swim, because I believe he has the right attitude. I believe he can make the spectacular plays at times. He just got to get consistent, and that takes time. So I'm giving him the rest of the season. Maybe I would even give him more because of how distraught our defense is, especially if we lose these 1-year players and some of the older guys. I think I'd rather build a defense than get a quarterback in this draft. But it really based on, if we see more of the Bucks games, well, then I might say, best thing is to move on. But I'm not giving up on you yet because I did see upside. Does he got a ways to go? Yeah, but so did the two quarterbacks that LB said. And it's not the norm to change them, but it's been proven it can be done.
Yeah, I think it's been proven it can be done more times than less. But Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, has fallen into a category. He's fallen into a category that Dwayne Haskins fell in. You know what I mean? And who else? What's Johnny Manziel? They fell into the category of being young, needing to be developed, but don't have the coach to do it. You see
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like Jay Gruden couldn't develop Dwayne Haskins, which is why Dwayne Haskins is where he is now. Johnny Manziel, nobody was there to develop Johnny Manziel. And right now it's looking like nobody is there to develop Jalen Hurts, which scares me the most about this. Because although we see the raw talent, like you see that talent in Haskins, you see that talent in Johnny Manziel, you see the raw talent, but who's going to be able to harness that raw talent? We don't have nobody on the roster, I believe, that's going to be able to harness that raw talent. Now, maybe they can hire somebody else, maybe they won't. Maybe they want somebody that already got it figured out, but it looks like Deshaun Watson is going to end up in Miami pretty soon. The upcoming draft don't have a lot of quarterbacks in it. The Philadelphia Eagles need to do their job, in my opinion. We ain't trade for Jalen Hurts. They picked Jalen Hurts.
true.
You know what I mean? They picked Jalen Hurts. So do what you got to do and develop the guy you picked. Everybody, there's no real difference, in my opinion, between first round and second round. Those are considered high picks. Now, a
Hmm.
first round pick is a first round pick. You know what I mean? For instance, Lamar Jackson was the last player picked in the first round. You know what I mean? He was one more selection away to being in that second round that everybody dreads. Nobody got time to be throwing away second round picks. Develop your guy.
A
You know
la
what I'm
J.J.
saying?
Arcega-Whiteside staying here. That's really
Exactly.
why he's here.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I mean? You hit it right on the head with that, man. But it's not all negative with Jalen Hurts that I see. I see some positivity, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to talk about his attitude or anything like that. He still, when things are still going to hell, he still remains poised. I just feel like that when I'm looking at him on the field, he's literally learning on the fly and computing what's happening. He's computing, he's taking a little bit away from every situation that he's in, and he's just trying to work through it, man. It definitely ain't easy to learn NFL speed when all you're doing is passing the ball. I'll tell you that right now. You know what I mean? He can
No.
never be in a position to catch the defense slipping because the defense knows what's coming. You know what I mean? So the coaches got to help him out. He also got to help himself out by stepping up in the pocket and delivering some throws over the middle of the field, man. I know he's a better thrower over the middle of the field than what we're seeing. I just don't know why he's doing the one read and running thing. But yeah, I'm not ready to bail on him. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense to bail on him right now. You know what I
No.
mean? You got to see what you got in the guy, man. You know what I'm saying? So the Oakland Raiders, man. Give me one thing that you think that we have to look out for in terms of this game that's coming up on Sunday with the Las Vegas Raiders. I keep calling them Oakland.
I know it's tough. Well, the Darren Waller, Derek Carr combination is still there. Darren Waller is getting double team and triple team by other defenses. Our defense has shown that we don't throw as many doubles as others would. We just make sure we don't let the explosive play our safeties way back. So you got to watch out for that. Derek Carr has been playing really good. It look right now he kind of looks like the before ACL or broken leg, whatever happened, Derek Carr. Now there's still more football to be played, and we'll see if he gets back to the mean. But you got to stop Darren Waller. That's just a monster of a guy. He can separate from wide receivers. He's quicker than the average tight end. We did a good job on Kelsey, but by doing that, we let Tyreek Hill get us deep. That was the one team that really got us deep. They got a
Hmm.
guy named Henry Ruggs, who I think he's going to want to show out a little bit because of Devontae Smith being on the other side. Bama brothers, he talked to Devontae about that. They be in a group chat. Him, Ruggs, Waddle, Judy, still have a group chat. So hopefully Devontae's not giving none of our secrets away. I'm just kidding. It was cool that he told Slay, if you get matched up with Ruggs, gave him a little bit of a vice of what he does in bunch packages. But I think you got to get at Derek Carr. You rough him up a little bit, he can turn into the Derek Carr that was always in trade talks. So we haven't been able to beat elite quarterbacks. If you look at it, we beat Garoppolo, Darnold, and Matt Ryan, who is on a decline, still can sling
We
it.
ain't beat Garoppolo.
Oh yeah, what am I talking about? Yeah, see, we played good defense against them. Let's just say that, right? Because
Yeah.
it was still good defense. They only scored 17, but then the Brady's, the Prescotts, and the Mahomes, even though Mahone had a run game,
Mhm.
they kind of beat us up on crucial throws. So Derek Carr is not the upper echelon, but this year he's been playing like it, so you have to worry about him.
No, yeah. I agree, man. I talked about that earlier. I was like, look, man, we look bad. We got a young offense, you know what I mean, a young head coach. But look who we played for, God's sakes, man. Dallas right now. This is
I
they
hate,
looking as
yeah,
good
that
as they.
sucks
Yeah,
to
that.
say.
It's just keeping it real. Then you played Tampa. Then you played Patrick Mahomes. You thought what did you really think was going to happen? You know what I mean? I didn't expect to lose the way we lost, but them some tough games to play in your first six, man. I think we learned a lot from that, and I think we'll put better. I think we'll put forth a better effort, man. Let me get to these two super chats real quick. Shout out my guy Vaughn, man. My guy Von D said if Miles Sanders doesn't get at least 15 carries, should he demand a trade or become a distraction, especially if we lose? Listen, I'm never for becoming a distraction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think he should demand the trade. I think he should just keep on balling and wait to the end of the season. Because if he demands a trade before November 2nd, then he's going to be a distraction. You know what I mean? I think he just got to take the season how the chips fall and you know what I mean, move on to next season. Then in the offseason, handle that. Donnell Shipley, man, what's good, bro? Okay, let me say this, man. No doubt, I think Nick is not helping Hurts by not running the ball. Got that, but I must admit that he does have some good schemes that do get players open. Just need time for both. Um,
Some of the route concepts are good. I just don't like the screens. When you look, he does a couple good things downfield, then he resorts to two or three screens. You're like, why you do that? I think the concepts are good. I don't think in the order he calls the plays are good.
Yeah,
So
the calling of the play is bad.
that's what I was.
I have no doubt that he has good plays in his arsenal, but like he ain't using them. He using pick plays. He using screens. I really got arsenal. He's called so many bad plays at bad times that you kind of forget about the good. The bad is definitely outweighing the good, man. The bad is
Yeah,
definitely outweighing the good with that one, man. But one thing that scared me about the Raiders, honestly, man, the Raiders got to. I think the Raiders D line is really really underrated, man. They got some dogs over there, man. What's homie name? Crosby.
yeah, he's
He
good.
different, man. He different. And the other dude, Nasib or whatever, man, they be really like applying pressure, man. I think Hurt's going to really have to step in the pocket this week. I think
Yeah,
he's going to have to step in the pocket because those dudes can chase Hurts down. You know what I
part
mean?
of the reason
Go
part of the
ahead.
reason Bridgewater threw 3 picks was because he was harassed all day.
Yeah, yeah. But at the same time, he was stepping up in the pocket, taking some hits in his chest and delivering the ball. I mean, you just got to do that sometime, man. You got to do that sometime. I hope with Kelsey being so critical of Ben Simmons that he ready to block. I don't want to see, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't want to see him miss a tackle. I mean, I don't want to see him miss an assignment or anything, man. Everybody got to be on their A game, man. It sound like it's been a lot of accountability being passed around. You know what I mean, within the Eagles organization, and we need to turn around right now. We definitely need to turn around right now. So you know what I mean? I just
With this game being so important, and they got to know this, the players, the coaches, you had a mini bye. You had a mini bye playing on Thursday. You self scouted yourself, your staff, the Raiders. If this ain't one of his best called games, if this ain't a all out best group, if we don't see the offense, the defense, the coaching staff, although they're all young, come out and have their most complete game, not a defense shine, offense struggle, offense shine, defense struggle, penalties everywhere. This got to be the complete game for the simple fact it can turn you into a 3-4 team with some easy games coming up, and you had the time. It does stink though because he was asked, uh, did he watch any games on Sundays? See what other teams do, and he said, "Yeah, of course. If we think a team does something good, we gonna see how they do it, so we can do it, right?" But he said he got his most from the Jaguars game, and I'm like, God, what can you possibly learn from the Jaguars, bro? Don't bring no Jaguars stuff.
no, we literally paying somebody who can't think of this shit on his own. Like Mike, you could do this job. Mike, you should have applied for that. You could
Uh,
watch film and apply what you just saw to your offense. I mean, bro, what do you think? What do you think in your head that should be done different? You know what I mean? God, man, Nick Sirianni, man, this
Got to
dude
get
scares me.
traditional.
Yeah, it definitely got to get traditional, man. This dude scare me, man. He really, really, really scares me, man. So would you take a complete game? Would you take a complete game from your team and a loss in a nail biter in overtime, or you need the complete game and a win?
I need to win, man. This is the make or break. This is the make or break.
You
Cause
don't
like
want you don't want no moral victories, huh?
no moral victory here. Because look, a moral victory can happen early when there's still time to clean up. This is the cleanup game. Look,
Hmm.
November 2nd is a trade deadline. We just got rid of Zach Ertz, who shout out to Zach Ertz. He looks good in red, but I see him rocking the Eagles green
Yeah,
bracelet. Once
definitely.
the
That's my
Eagles,
dog.
always Eagle. But he got rid of him, right? November 2nd is coming up in 2 weeks. So we got the Raiders on the road and Detroit Lions on the road. With that being said, the complexion can totally switch. They asked Howie, are you buyers, sellers, staying the same? And we got money now. We had money with the restructures. We just parted ways with Zach Ertz. Tay Gowan is a rookie. He getting paid nothing. We got bread. I'm not saying go spend it on an older guy because we're in win now. But if there's a guy who's 25 who's being gave up on or not want to get paid another contract and we know we're going to have money next year, you can invest that. Like say a Miles Jack
Yeah.
came free where we definitely desperately need a linebacker. He's a baller. We go ahead and do that, right? That's cool. But we could go into it because we beat the Vegas Raiders. I'm even more confident we're beating the Lions. we should be the Lions regardless. So now the complexion changed. You go from 2-4 in a must-win game to a couple weeks later. Are you buying now at 4-4, possibly close to a wild card spot? Because there's 3 wild cards. Remember, they felt bad for the NFC and the AFC, so we got to add another playoff game for these guys. Some people try hard, you know what I mean? Everybody but the NFC East for a couple years. With that being said, there's an extra playoff game, and I'm not saying playoffs because we have a lot to work on, but we get to 4-4 by the trade deadline. We already tied what we did last year with a bunch of easy games ahead. And the people who want to tank, I understand why. Do the math. You get a better draft pick. But the people who pick in the top 5 are always in the top 5. The thing I want the Eagles to do is build a winning culture to see the trajectory going up. And then whether we keep Hurts, keep Sirianni, keep this, that, and the third, we are a respectable destination with a decent amount of money to get
Hmm.
some young players and do
Yeah.
that. And it still starts in the draft with 3 draft picks, whether we're picking our pick is 19 and then maybe the other 2 are like 12 and 8. And still we got capital. But going in to next season as losers, we just did that. And you know what I mean? We're not trying to do that again.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going into next season as a loser, I mean, you're going to be drafting 3 stars probably who are going to be coming to a losing team. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do to keep your vets satisfied too, man. Because the vets that you got right now on contract, they are kind of still like the glue of that defense. You know what I mean? Adding young players, those vets could teach them young players something. So when they turn over and hand the keys over to those young players have learned something from a Slay or a Fletcher Cox or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I think I don't want to talk too much about draft because we're still in football mode, but I think it's a lot of football left, like you said, and this really, really can be turned around with this win right here. You know what I'm saying? But I am just dying to see competent football at this point, Mike. I'm dying to see competent football. You know what I mean? I don't want another. I don't want a Panthers win. I don't want that kind of win this week. I know a win is a win. I don't want to. I don't want to walk away from feeling like that was a trash win. I feel like the Eagles sold out Sirianni. For real, for real. The team bailed out Nick Sirianni. When is Nick Sirianni going to do something for the team? Run the
True.
fucking ball, bro.
And that's where I want to see the complete game, right? Because I don't think Carolina was a complete game. It was a horrible
No.
3-quarter game plan, offensive. Even Jalen was bad there until Jalen started getting off script. He got off script, did some good things in the 4th quarter, had some tremendous throws when the pressure was there, and the defense really buckled down special teams. So it was like a 3.25 or 2.25 because the offense and the game plan wasn't there. I want to see that complete win. I will say this though, with the Raiders being 4-2, knocking off the Chiefs, doing some things this year, I think a scrap it out game with the Raiders on the road is still better of a victory than a scrap it out game in Carolina, especially if it's a close game, but you've seen, like you said, competent football, right?
Hmm.
One of the reasons we didn't feel good is we saw incompetent football for 3 quarters. Imagine it's a 27-28 victory. We score on a last second field goal to win the game, but we score 28 with some great looking football. You still feel different than just
I
the
feel good about
lollygagging
that.
around for 3 quarters.
I feel good about
And
that.
that like I said, you can knock off a 4-2 team, knowing that a 0-6 possible team is next to you. You still can't overlook them at all. But I'm saying you could set yourself up, and I'm not screaming to be buyers. I'm not screaming to be sellers. But just imagine you lose to the Raiders and the Lions. Now you're sitting at 2-6. Questions are going to be thrown around. Now you're going to be hearing accountability by these players on certain aspects. You might hear Nick Sirianni
Yeah.
questioned by a player, and that's where Howie might pull the plug on some of these veterans, right? Maybe he keeps one for one more year next year if we're competent. Maybe he gets rid of him if we're incompetent. So
If you lose the next 2, the Philadelphia implodes, bro. If you lose the next 2, it just gets bad. The media gets bad, the national media gets bad, the content creators on YouTube, they get bad. Everybody's just going to be like, what is going on? You got to avoid that scenario at all times. What I don't want to happen, these next 2 games are really, really critical for us, man. For real, for real. What I don't want to happen is I don't want to be the first win for the Lions. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'll be able to live with myself. You know
Nah.
what I mean? I don't want to be the first one for the Lions, and I definitely want this game. And it seems like if it's a game you're going to bet on, it might as well be this one because we've won only road games this year. Maybe it's something about the road for us, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm looking
I will
forward to
say
it.
this. I will say this: Vegas, not the Raiders, but Vegas. The betting line is 2.5, right?
Hmm.
So a home team, a home team that is 4-2, a home team that is over 500 by 2 games, that's playing a team under 500 by 2 games. Automatically, the home team should get 3 points, right? If two teams are almost equally matched, the home team should get 3 points. That's just general principle. Now it went down 2.5. It's down to 2.5 for the simple fact that there's big money getting bet on the Eagles. You
Mm.
know what I mean? We're 2-4, 4-2. There's money out there being bet on the Eagles. I'm not telling you to bet y'all money on it. I'm just saying there's money being bet. And listen, it's like if there's anything left in these players and this coaching staff to turn it around and not get moral victories at the end of the season. We're playing the Jets, the Washington football team, the Giants, when we're already way out of it. It starts this Sunday. It starts this
No, yeah,
Sunday.
yeah. I agree, man. I agree. Listen, we coming off a long resting period. The coaches had a long time to collab and get their thoughts together. If you come out here and three and out, listen, if I see a three and out, Mike, I might be done. I
To
might
start
be
it off,
done.
right?
Yeah,
To
if you
start it
start
off.
off with a three and out and punt, I might be done. I'm
That's been our
done.
biggest problem, the start. And people are going to say we finished strong because of the garbage time and the prevent defenses and whatnot. But you know what I mean? We see teams get blown out and some teams never come back, right? The
Yeah.
Giants never came back to the Rams, right? The Rams are playing prevent. Did they come back? No. So we've been able to get in striking distance with Tampa. We got in striking distance. We played 3.5, 3 solid quarters with the Chiefs. So somehow, some way, we've been the football didn't look good, but the scoreboard somehow stayed pretty good, except for the Dallas Cowboys game. So with that being said, we have to find a way to start faster. I
Yeah, I
think Nick
agree.
Sirianni holds on to them game plans, right? So this is what he wants to do when the defense does their job and they game plan for the Eagles, and they're like, "Wow, they're stopping our plays." It takes him to dang near the third quarter before he's like, "All right, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought we were finished," and he plays a football, right?
Exactly. I
So
think I think that the Philadelphia Eagles got the kind of defense that if they go up 17 on anybody on the rest of the schedule, they win in that game.
yeah,
I
I
think if they
like our
go up,
defense in that
yeah, yeah.
scenario.
I think if our defense get the chance to pin their ears back and just go after the quarterback and expect the pass, how everybody knows that's what we're going to do. So they just pin their ears back and come after us because all we doing is passing. You know what I mean? If
It
the
feel like we
Philadelphia,
always down 17.
you know what I'm saying? Right. The score is 0-0 and we down already because the game plan is flawed. But yeah, man, I want to see my defense in a situation to where they could go eat and get more picks. Listen, a lot is happening for this defense. I'm excited about the defense, man. A lot is happening for this defense. You had picks in consecutive weeks. You know what I mean? You had 4 interceptions in the last 2 weeks. Didn't we get a fumble within the last 2 weeks? I feel like we did. Did we pick up a fumble or something like that?
I
I
know
don't
there was
know.
a couple fumbles, but I don't know if we got on them. They've been giving me heart attacks with the ball on the ground.
Yeah, so you know what I mean the team been getting turnovers. You know what I mean? And that's one thing we was lacking last year. You know what I mean? And it helps Jalen Hurts to get the ball in his hands more. But you know what I mean? The offense really got to do their part, man. They really got to do their part. The offense got way too many talented players and way too many high draft picks for them to be coming out here looking like this. And
Yeah,
now you lost Zach Ertz. You know what I'm saying? Now Zach Ertz didn't he catch the only touchdown for us last week?
yeah.
I
Dallas
mean,
Goddard got to step up the rest of the season big time.
he do got to step up the rest of the season big time because they gonna end up paying him.
Yeah,
So
they're going to extend him.
yeah, he gotta he gotta do what he gotta do, man. You got any score predictions or something?
um, Eagles, Eagles get the offense turned around. I believe we're going to see. Look, I think we're going to run the ball more than we do. I think we're going to see between Gainwell and Sanders. I want to say this is not a lot for another team, but it's a lot for us. I'm gonna say 15 15 handoffs. Um, they're going to amount to something. I think Miles going to break one in Las Vegas. Their defense not that good. Their offense is something to be reckoned with a little bit. I got the score being, I'm going to say 20, 24, 23.
Mm,
Philly.
you think we're gonna get it by that field goal, huh?
I
That you was
said
talking
it.
about.
Look, it's gonna be a lot of hurts at the end.
Right. I think, all right, so this is what I think, man. This is what I think is gonna happen again. Last time we did Goat Talk and I said Slade was gonna eat, I think Slade gonna eat again.
Get it? We need that double
Right.
double dipping in the interception
I think
category.
I think Slade gonna eat again. He might not get 2 picks, but I think Slade gonna have some key pass breakups, and Slade is going. I think Slade gonna get another pick. I just feel it for Slade this week for some reason. Now on the offensive side of the ball, I agree they're gonna run the ball more, but I don't think it's gonna be no 15 times more. I'm gonna say 5 and 5. I'm gonna say Miles get 5, and Kenneth Gainwell get 5, and they're gonna
That's
try to
still a
blend.
lot to ask for.
It is a lot to ask for. And then they're going to try to blend, Jalen Hurts is scrambling and add it to the numbers. Look, we're running from somewhere. I think that's what Nick Sirianni thinks that's competent running. But I think the Philadelphia Eagles win this game. I think they win this game 27-24. I think they win by 3.
All
So
right.
somehow, some way, a field goal do come into play at 27-24. So yeah, I think we get the job done, man. I really think we get the job done this week, and we need it, man. The city need it. NBA is back. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles got to get on track, man. They just got to get on track, man. Word.
Yep. That's true. That's true.
What you got coming up this week before we get out
Uh,
of here?
I don't know. We got some Sixers on Friday. We gonna do. I'm gonna do my game preview. I kind of did a game preview with Derek Gunn just a couple hours ago, but I ain't do my little normal giveaway. So I might try to find a way because people are hitting me up like, hey, "What's going on with it?" Because I missed it the last 2 weeks. But yeah, pretty much. We gonna drop Eagles content. I'm gonna be back on my Sixers too. I'm not just going Sixers because I gave up on the Eagles. Trust and believe that we still rocking Eagles all day. But it really matters. This week will say a lot, and this organization is either it can have a slow crumble, or you could build it up with this game. And it's weird to be at week 7, still 10 games after this, talking about it, but it's
Yeah,
just after the beatdowns we got, after the schedule, after the constant seeing the same thing, if it doesn't change with a longer week and all this on the line to really change the narrative, then I don't know. I don't see it happen. It's like, you can't we can't keep saying the same things week in and week out, and hopefully Nick
yeah,
Sirianni hears it. I try to put it in layman terms on Twitter. I said, even in his own game, rock, paper, scissors, right? If you do rock and paper all the time, right? I mean, if you do paper and scissors, which is paper is pass, scissors is screen. If you don't run the rock, you're gonna lose a lot of games of rock, paper, scissors. I try to
yeah.
talk to his level. You know what I mean?
But soon as gonna the conversation is gonna switch to he need to run the ball to he need to be out of Philly, man. You know
He
what I'm
need
saying?
to
And yeah,
run
he
out
need
of
to
Philly.
he need to get a ball and then run with that ball out of Philly. You know what I mean? But I feel like he deserves a chance as well, and I'm hoping that he can correct some of the blatant deficiencies that he got going on, man. You know what I mean? This is a really, really big week, man. I'm gonna be streaming the game too. You streaming it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
It's
streaming it, man.
it sucks to get your heart ripped out on in front of everybody, right? That's how it's been so far.
No, yeah,
But
I've only streamed one. I've only streamed the Cowboys one this year. I think I'm gonna stream this one. I feel like maybe I could be the good luck charm this week. You know what I mean?
need it.
So yeah, man. So listen, man. With that being said, man, this is Goat Talk the podcast, episode 6. Lord Brunson, Philly Mike. You know what I'm saying? This episode is definitely brought to you by Manscaped. Big Manscaped in the building. Lawnmower 4.0. Use code Brunson, get the free shipping. And the free shipping I fought for that for y'all. I really did. Even though people be trying to say otherwise. Let me get to my guy Donnell Shipley real quick. We should go on a little run with wins because we haven't been out of none of these games besides Dallas. Can I get a wrench, LB? I got you, Donnell. I think you got one. I can't do it on StreamYard, but I got you, though, bro. Shout out to my guy, Dave Dust, as well, man. Listen, man, we're going to tap in, man. Episode 7 will be on Philly Mike's channel. And unless you hear anything different, my guy Stu Vision said Booby going over 100 this week. We need it.
Need
We
that.
need it. We definitely need it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, tap in with episode 7 next week. Tap into me and Philly Mike channels, man. You know what I mean? A lot of collabs and a lot of other stuff going on between the two of us. Just make sure you stay informed. You already know the vibes, man. And hit us on Twitter too, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.